You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building, ASAP Ferg.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
Ferg been rocking the do-rags heavy. I saw you say that do-rags represent black excellence.
It does.
Explain it.
It does. It represents, for me, it represents black excellence. Because everybody I seen in my household wear a do-rag. It just it represented a strong black man that was trying to keep his hair right, getting ready to go to work.
That's right. Sporting waves, grease,
yeah,
the big wood brush.
Yeah.
Now, what about the guys in here with their hairlines? They can't really wear a do-rag.
I got a hairline. I used to wear it when I had my cornrows, but I don't have waves.
I didn't see Charlamagne hairline.
Let's see your hairline, Charlamagne.
No, I ain't got no haircut. I'm not doing that to myself. my hairline started in the middle of my head. I was like RoboCop with his mask off. Listen, how old are you?
I'm 28.
Yeah, I was still wearing a do-rag at 28. I ain't started losing the hairline until about 32.
I got rid of the cornrows about 24, and then I stopped wearing my do-rag. My son wears his do-rag all the time now to keep his cornrows down.
Do you have waves, Ferg?
Yeah, my waves are spinning.
Okay.
I could take it off.
No, I don't need to
Like,
remove
I
your
got a
crown.
hairline. You know how precious that is? You hold on to that. So
Yeah, hold on to
a lot
that
of people
hairline
out
for
here
as long as
struggling.
possible, young man. All right.
It'll never come back, no matter what you try to do.
The only thing about the do-rag is when you keep it on too long, you get that line.
That line,
right dead center in your forehead.
Yeah, but the waves be spinning though.
So I saw you interview Dapper Dan the other day. That must have been cool.
Yep. Did you see? Where did you see that at though?
I saw it posted everywhere. ASAP Ferg sits down with Dapper Dan.
I didn't even see that yet. I didn't know was it who with Hasna Bari, MTV.
I don't remember.
I did so much stuff. I'm just like all over the place. Yeah, but I gotta check that out.
What that mean for you? Because I mean, Dapper Dan, that's Harlem, right?
Yeah, he still lives in Harlem.
I hate saying this, but explain to people who Dapper Dan is and what Dapper
If
Dan
y'all don't know.
has done for Harlem.
So Dapper Dan is the innovator of luxury sports brands, like making luxury sport. So he's the one who took Louis Vuitton, which is a great luxury brand, and created bomber jackets and money bags and phone pouches, and to put the Louis Vuitton on the seats and everything. So he innovated, I would say, like upscale fashion in a way. And they bid his back out for it back in the days because they didn't want to hire him as a designer. So he took it into his own hands, got his own store, and started making their clothing better. And they sent the feds after him, and they took all his design books and tried to lock him up and everything and shut him down.
He
Damn,
designed
I
for
know
all
that
the
deep.
He designed for all the celebrities too, like
Yeah,
all the big
all the
artists.
celebrities. Mike Tyson had a fight at his store.
Yeah, with Mitch Green.
Yeah, Mitch Green. It was a bunch of like famous drug dealers stopping by getting clothing, Olympian track runners and stuff like that getting clothes.
It's interesting because just recently they stole his design from, what brand was it?
Gucci.
Yeah, Gucci.
Mm-hmm.
And they stole a design of him like doing their stuff.
Yeah.
And they actually ended up having to like give him props for
Yeah.
that because everybody was like, that's Dapper Dan.
Right. But a lot of those brands is coming back around because it's almost like, they gotta come reach to the main source. They gotta reach out to the main source to get that swag, that juice. They running out of ideas.
Did you get anything done once you got a little money? Did you go see Dapper Dan, get something done?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, my pops used to take me to Dap all the time. My pops is a protege of Dap. So like when my pops first got like into the silk screening industry, Dap was like the mentor, and like Dap taught him a lot of the ropes. He taught him ropes in the industry. So I used to get a lot of clothes done from Dap. I got 2 prom suits for my brother made from Dap.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was it, like Gucci, Louis, or just?
Nah, Dap make a bunch of stuff like good materials.
He
He
makes clothes as well.
tailored clothes.
All right, so you got the album Still Striving coming out on
Yeah.
Friday.
Yep,
Is it a
still
mixtape or
striving.
album?
It's a mixtape.
Okay.
It's a mixtape, but
What's
what's the
the
difference,
difference, man?
right?
It's like an album.
Yeah, because it's like all original beats. Back in the days, like when we was listening to Clue mixtapes and all of that, it was
and
like
Envy mixtapes.
yeah, Envy mixtapes. It was like
You ain't have a lot of those though. Be honest.
oh, he trying to come at you. Nah, it was just like
I let him live.
it was over instrumentals and things like people beats and stuff.
Songs
but
that's already out.
yeah,
Right.
it was already out, but like basically remix your own remix. But this is all original music, and we're selling it. So I mean, now I don't know the difference between a mixtape and the album, but the only difference I feel like is more artistic freedom. Like it's not an album is so serious
Like
and
commercial.
yeah, like with Always Strive and Prosper, my last album, I feel like it was so serious about my trials and tribulations, how I became ASAP Ferg, jobs I had before, and all of that shit. But this mixtape, I really, for real,
Come
My
on,
fault.
Charlamagne. We do this
So
every day.
unprofessional.
so unprofessional.
man.
Yeah, so this mixtape basically was like an open door policy, where it's like I had like all my friends come and we just made music and just have fun with it. It was like not so serious. We just wanted to excuse to party on the song.
I really hate the term mixtape too, because it ain't no mixing going down on them, and it's not a tape no more. Like, why do we still
No,
say
I
that?
mix and master
Yeah, it
every
is
song
mixed.
on that
It's
joint.
No, I'm talking about mix like scratching, like
Oh.
yeah, mixing. That's why they was called mixtapes, Ferg. Like put the mix down.
I thought it was mixed because it was a bunch of different songs that
Like a mix of
didn't
songs.
necessarily have to go together sequence-wise. And yeah,
Also, legally, it's hard to do a mixtape over other beats now because now there's all kinds of like rules where you can't sample this or take this, right? Isn't
I
it?
don't think it's difficult. I think you just got to pay the fee. Like so,
Well,
like
that's difficult.
nah, like you just got to pay the fee. It's like what Bobby Shmurda did with
Hot one. Nah, hot
yeah,
boy.
how yeah,
What was
yeah.
that song called?
Hot-
Damn, I forgot.
Yeah. Hot. You can't say what nigga.
Hot Nigga, yeah,
Hot-
yeah.
yeah. So he did it with Hot Nigga with Lloyd Banks. He took his beat and just completely did it over, and Bobby Shmurda shit just got bigger.
Have you ever seen Donnell Rawlings perform, the comedian? Because he always comes out to your song.
That's my boy. I haven't gotten to see him yet, but
Oh,
he told
you
me
gotta
he does
see
it.
it,
You
man.
have to
He
because
gotta
he
set
breaks
it
Did
that
y'all
song
see him?
down.
Was he yesterday? Did
I
he
saw
do
it
something
last week. I
On
saw him.
Mon-
He opens up for Chappelle. When I opens up, he's on the bill.
Yeah, no, I
He is
haven't.
opening for
Yeah, he is opening for
because he's on
Chappelle.
before.
I wasn't able to.
Oh, yeah.
He breaks down the song and he's like,
New level.
yeah, sleeping on itchy beds.
Yeah, that's real shit, man.
Oh, so you know Donnell?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
He told me about his thing that he does with New Level, and I wanted to shoot a video with him doing it, but we didn't get around to doing it yet.
Oh, you need to do that because he comes out to it and then he got like 5 minutes of jokes about it.
About
That's
the song,
funny
right.
as hell.
That's
he
crazy.
says you're arguing with yourself. You're arguing with yourself on the song.
I'm on a new level. I'm on a new
Because
level.
of the ad-libs. That's hilarious.
Now let's get into some drama. ASAP Bari, is he still part of ASAP Mob?
Yeah, he's still part of ASAP Mob, but we had to kind of sit him down for a second. You know what I'm saying? We don't condone that kind of behavior. And I mean, everybody's familiar with, what happened, the allegations and everything. It's just
That's on a video. It's not really allegations anymore.
yeah, well, yeah, it's fucked up. It's
Yeah.
just a fucked up
it is.
thing. Like, and I don't condone that shit. I was raised by a bunch of females, my moms and everything like that, and I wouldn't want to see that happening with nobody in my household or anybody I know. So, yeah,
Rocky called him a bitch at a recent show.
yeah.
How'd you feel about that?
I mean, he had it coming to him.
Yeah.
That is, it's a bitch move.
Yeah, what can you say?
Yeah.
We saw the video.
Exactly.
It was super disrespectful.
Yeah, have
Very
y'all spoke?
disrespectful.
Are y'all in bars? spoke?
Briefly, yeah.
Is it talk of being like, listen, you can't? I mean, it's hard because
gotta
now
take
how
that
can you
ASAP
have
off your
somebody
name.
be part of the crew that did something like that?
Wait, can you repeat that?
I say, is it hard to have somebody be part of the crew that did something like that everybody saw?
Definitely, because like he's not the known face. It's me, it's Rocky, it's 12E, it's like all the rappers. And whenever they showed that video or they spoke about it on YouTube, it was like Shabba Ranks B-roll in the back of my video. And it's like, damn, I ain't have nothing to do with that shit. I'm on tour, like, making music. But what happens is like you just guilty by association.
Right.
Did you get flack for it or cancel shows, anything like that?
Nah, I didn't get any canceled shows, and I hope I don't have any flack to come,
Right.
but it's just a bad reflection on all of us.
Now,
You know
was
what
the
I'm saying?
V-Lone stuff that y'all did with Nike, that was primarily his stuff that he created?
That was his stuff, and yeah.
Envy had on one of the shirts one day. They was going in on you.
Did they? I didn't even see that.
Yeah, they was because they was mad you had on the shirt that he, designed.
I didn't even see it. I seen. I thought it was ASAP connected, so I just bought it and bought the sneakers and everything.
How do y'all discipline each other amongst the crew when something like that happens, though? Because, I mean, rape is a heavy allegation.
Yeah, it is a heavy allegation. I mean, it's just the association, man. Like you can't even. I mean, it's obvious. You have to sit them down, and you can't even really be around them like that, like because it's just not good for nobody. It's not a good look at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you just discussed it as a man, like
Yeah.
just this. When I seen it, I was like, oh shit, like what the fuck, like you know what I'm saying?
And you can't send them to handle no business because it's like what corporate sponsors don't want to talk to them?
Yeah, it's just not good at all.
All right.
Yeah.
Now you have the song "Nasty" featuring the Migos,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like an anthem type of song? Back, I don't know. What would you?
Yeah, I would say it's like I can't call it an anthem yet because I feel like the world ain't hear it, and like I want the people to judge if it's gonna be an anthem or not. But I'm pretty sure that like a lot of the dancers is gonna like this song.
You're pretty good at doing songs that really like pop in the club all over.
Yeah.
Not just in New York, but like we go out of town, and those songs be like the biggest. Like everybody get hyped.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I know one thing. Like when I first joined the ASAP mob, I was trying to think because when we put Rocky on a pedestal to like go kick the door down for us, and it was like he took all of our we all conjured up ideas of like how we wanted to come out and with the fashion, the art, this, that, and the third. So he was the first to do it. So whoever came second had to be very creative. And what I seen with the ASAP mob was we wasn't in the club. So I was like, I'm gonna be the one that's in the club. We because that's what I'm gonna bring to the table. I'm gonna bring the club, and I'm gonna bring my creative attribute, the fact that I went to art school and I designed and I studied fine arts. So like I'm more the creator. Rocky is more of a stylist. He can style a whole set and curate a room. I'm gonna create the product that's in the room. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's good. That's always good to have, like form like Voltron.
Exactly.
Have you done any double dating with Rocky and the Jenner? The Jenner girls?
Nah, I haven't did much double dating. We did some partying, not too much double dating though.
Yeah, but you can't really push up on Kylie because Travis got her.
Oh, nah. I got a girl, though. I'm cool.
Yeah, he been had a girl.
Oh, word?
I got a girl.
Oh, there you go, Ferg. Good job.
That's
How long
why
you been
he
with her?
stays low. He's out the way.
Yeah,
Best
I
way
be
to be.
chilling.
You don't get married?
Yeah, there's so much scary stuff happening out here,
You
man.
see everything
Usher
happening.
allegedly got herpes.
Oh, God. I knew this
Yeah,
was
all of that.
Bakari getting raped.
I'm
getting
cool.
rape charges.
Hey, man,
What's his
I'm
name?
cool
Bari?
on-
ASAP Bari. Like, it's bad out here, man.
I'm cool on all of that. See, that's why I stay with my girl.
That's right.
And we watch movies and we watch Netflix and we go on vacations. And yeah.
And you handle business.
And we
he
handle
handles
business,
Y'all
exactly.
Go out together. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do.
Do you feel like you're not really getting to enjoy life as a rap star, though?
Nah, because you got to remember, I've done it a lot. Like I've been on multiple tours. I've toured from Japan, LA, Australia, US, period. Europe. I did it. And how many times you gonna keep, running into the cement wall? Like you
Or
know what I'm saying? You gotta open the door to something new. And that's what I feel like, you can do. You could build with a female that you're really into and go elsewhere with your future.
was there anything that happened to you personally that made you come to that conclusion? Or you just
Nah,
watching
just-
life?
just-
You didn't get chlamydia or nothing like that?
Nah, hell no. I never got that.
STD on
Never
somebody.
got that.
Oh,
It happens sometimes. Then you
why can't he just love his girl?
He can. I'm just saying. Listen, man.
Something tragic doesn't
Some
have to
guys
happen
love
for
their
you to
girls.
settle down.
Some guys end up in situations where they realize I need to love this girl before I lose myself.
So,
Now,
have you ever
Charlamagne
had an
saying-
STD? Have you ever been scared to death? That's what you
No,
want to know.
I never
gosh.
had a
Charlamagne's just
STD.
saying that because he passed out on the floor here and realized that no one loved him
That's
except
real.
his child's mother.
No, he
and so
passed out bad.
Yeah.
Like,
I had
fetal
He had to go to
position.
the hospital.
I was dehydrated.
Thumb
You had
in
an
his mouth.
STD?
No, this is
Maybe.
like 6 years ago. I was dehydrated, just out partying all the time in New York, drunk, high all the
He
time.
was sucking his thumb.
I can't even picture you like that. though.
Nope,
It was bad.
that's 6 years ago,
and
man.
that's what made him say, it's
So you're
time for me to
grounded
settle
now.
down.
Absolutely, very much so.
He said grounded or
Married,
grounded?
2 daughters.
Grounded.
Grounded, like focused.
Oh, I thought you meant
Yeah.
grounded as in your
That was like our
your
first
wife
year
grounded
at the
you.
Breakfast Club, though.
Yeah.
I was
First 2 years.
wilding.
Yeah, you got to remember ASAP Mob coming out the gate. Like, we had everything coming to us, like, in tenfold. Like, our first tour was with Drake. You know what I'm saying? We went on tour with Drake and Kendrick. So, like, we doing big spots. We went from, like, doing Santos Playhouse to, like, hitting the main stages. We going to after parties with Drake, and then we did our own tour after that, Schoolboy Q, Danny Brown. Like, so we had a lot of that stuff coming to us, linking up with the designers, getting the best clothes, still doing it, but
Right.
like after a while, the same thing, it just becomes like,
Maturity.
repetitious, yeah.
I see you got a record with Cameron.
Yeah.
How was that experience? I know he inspired you. That's Harlem.
Yeah, I love Cameron, man. And it's funny because like my father like was really like his OG. Like he kind of came up under my pops. My pops was older than him, and he's from Uptown as well. So when I finally got a chance to get in the studio with him, we kind of connected on some like we didn't even rush to get into the music part. We were just talking for a real long time. And then like I went to his house, and it was like a big brother relationship where he's letting me know business moves he done and you know things that people don't know. He's just like letting me know. He's giving me the knowledge, and that's what I think I'm searching for. Period, as an artist, still coming up and still wanting to be bigger. It's just like, you know, the talks from Busta, the talks from Missy, the talks from Cam, people that I look up to that's done it huge. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still searching for that. So, you know, that's our relationship.
That's a constant search, by the way. Like even when you get older and you get more experience and more wisdom, it's always going to be somebody older who's been through more things that you can always learn from.
Right. Hell yeah.
So what about film? Because obviously Cameron's been big into film.
Yeah, we
ASAP
talked a lot about
Rocky
that.
Has too. So
Yeah.
is that next for you also?
Yeah, I actually just was featured in a film. I can't talk about the name or what film it was, but yeah, that's my first debut.
You had a big role?
Film. Yeah, I had a good. I would call it big. It's big for me.
You got
Yeah.
a speaking role.
Yeah, definitely a speaking. Yeah.
Is it like
How
a
did,
major motion picture? Or is it
Yeah.
Netflix? Like what is it? Just give us a little clue.
Oh, it's gonna be it's an indie film, but you know, like these indie films be
They're
blowing
like,
up
yeah,
now. Like
yeah.
Moonlight, they won Oscars and all of those things. Yeah.
Dope. Now, what do you think about the new New York scene?
Oh, I love it.
You got Dave East on the album.
Yeah, I got Dave East on 2 songs. Olympian, which is a crazy joint. Crazy story about Olympian is I did the whole song by myself, and then I went to go sit with Dave East, and I just wanted to see what he could do to the beat, because I was like, I never heard Dave East really on like a I wouldn't say trap beat, or like just like something that, I don't know, like a new level or like my type of beat. I haven't heard him on it.
I heard mostly boom bap type of
Yeah,
stuff.
boom bap,
Right.
like, and I love it. But I was like, man, what if we can?
Take
let me see
you
what
out
he
of
could do.
that
Yeah,
zone.
yeah, that's what I wanted. I want to get him out of the comfort zone, and I know he could. His cadences on a record is dope. So, you know, he wrote to it and he bodied it so much. I was like, all right, I'm going back in the booth. I'm gonna write my verse over. But that's dope because he pushed me. Like, he got me back into a bag where I had to write again. I was excited about it because I was like in a rut a little bit. I was getting bored with music. It was a lot of people dropping whack shit, and the people were so receptive of it. And it's like, yo, you heard this new this and that, and I'm like, that shit is whack. You know what I'm saying? So when you're an artist, you feel like people just don't appreciate the dope shit no more until you run into another dope artist and you be like, all right, people fucking with that. So, all right, there's hope. You know what
What
I'm saying?
makes a song whack to you?
Just if it's just like it just seems lazy. Like, it just like it's not thought provoking. It doesn't evoke emotion. That's a whack song to me. Like, I grew up on songs that made me feel a certain type of way. You know, like Biggie's Suicidal Thoughts, and like, you know, even Juicy, just like making you feel good, or like even Brenda's Had a Baby, or like a rack of Jay-Z tracks. Even like now, I feel something like Playboy Cardi. I feel
He's on the album too, right?
Yeah, he's on my album. I feel that emotion that he has in Magnolia because it's like raw energy. It reminds me of like James Brown back in the days, bending his sound and sonics in ways that we haven't heard before, like, and it just seems like raw emotion. It was like screams and yells that you can't write down on a track. So that's what like Famous Dex and, you know, Lil Uzi. When I first heard Lil Uzi, I was like, damn, like, how is, you can't write this stuff. He's like going in the booth off raw emotion and just bodying shit.
Does it
That's
surprise you that
interesting.
your fan base is so crossed over? Because you mentioned a lot of people there that their fan bases are so crossed over. It seems like the crossover community respects it and loves it more than the urban community or the hip hop community, I would say.
Like, who particularly you
Like
talking
you say,
about?
like Lil Uzi Vert. You look at a Lil Uzi Vert show or Dex show, and you see
Rock stars.
70-80%
Yeah.
Caucasian in there.
Well, isn't that hip hop though?
That is hip hop, but you know, it's things that, like, for instance, growing up and you listen into Jay-Z, the hood loved Jay-Z and bought Jay-Z album, but now it's not just the hood anymore. It's like it's universal. Does it surprise you when you see more crossover at your shows?
What surprised me when I first went to Japan and they was singing Hood Pope. That was the first time I went to Japan when I first dropped my album Trap Lord. And they don't know no English.
Right.
They was just basically humming out the words. Like, however they felt it sound, it's almost like a deaf person, and excuse me, no disrespect, it's almost like a deaf person trying to hum out what they think the words sound like. And that's what they was doing out there. And they was getting the words. And it was almost like...
It's like when I sing reggaeton and I don't really 100% know what
Yeah,
you're
all you
saying,
need to
but
know
I
is the
kinda
cadence.
Exactly.
Yeah. All you need to know is the cadence.
Exactly. And then like I was marching with them and they knew the exciting parts. And that was when I was like, whoa, music can do this. And I was
bring
excited
everybody
about
together. But you're right about hip hop being like mostly when you go to those shows. Because when I used to work for Wu-Tang,
Yeah.
you know, back in the day, their shows was like all white people.
Right.
And Wu-Tang was so
Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand why this is a new phenomenon though. This been going. White people have been white. I think white
people was the
girls have been
supporters.
number one consumers for
they're
that.
Even
huge
I wasn't
supporters,
when
huge
I
purchases,
was
huge downloads.
when I
It's
was
been like
coming
that
up
for years.
when I was coming up, I wasn't going to no concerts.
Right.
I would watch that shit on BET, MTV, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like my first concert was Kanye West concert, and I seen nothing but white people there. And he brought Jay-Z out, and everybody was going crazy. When I went to the concert, Madison Square Garden, and I looked around and I seen all them white
Didn't it
people.
surprise the ish out of you?
It really did, because I thought we only like Kanye. You know what I'm saying? We accepted him, but it was like, whoa, this is how big this
Why
dude
is
is.
this a new phenomenon for y'all? This been going on, like you said, since the days of Wu-Tang. Like,
I mean,
this
if you watch
like,
it,
this
if your
been
video,
going
the whole
on.
entire audience in that video is all white people.
Yeah,
You know, so.
they buy music in a different way. I think they wanna feel what we feel. Like I think it's like a bunch of kids in the suburbs. They want to know what it feels like to be Chief Keef or ASAP Ferg or the ASAP Mob. So
And
that's when they buy
go to the shows.
Yeah, they go to the shows. They buy all the merch.
They
They want to dress like you. That's why video and content is so important now. And you got kids just swagging. They ain't even really saying nothing in the songs because kids, they just want to feel like you. So if you high, they want to be high just like you with the swag and everything. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's interesting though, because you named all the people y'all grew up on, but ASAP's sound never reflected that. And that, y'all got flack for that early on, but it seems like y'all kind of opened the door for a new generation of New York artists, kind of.
Yeah, but I feel like it does reflect in the music. It's just that our approach was different. I grew up on battle rap. Like, you know, I used to watch Reed Dollaz, Meek Mills, and a bunch of Philly rappers, T-Rex, Kaboom, and all of these rappers, Loaded Lux. But like we had to switch it up. We wanted to come with a fresh style. Like our style was so fresh with the fashion and everything. We was just like, all right, what's gonna be our background music? What's gonna be the sonics?
Right.
That was very important. So that was when like we started really getting into the ambient music, Clams Casino and Beautiful Lou from Houston that had like these different sounds, and we would rap the same punchlines, kind of different cadences, meshing what we loved about Bone Thugs and also what we loved about Pimp C and Bun B onto the track. Because the internet is nothing but a big hangout. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you could be hanging out with the kid from Japan the same way you hanging out with the kid from Europe. You probably never even met the kid. You just know what he looked like through his pictures. But y'all sharing music together, and that's what it created. It was just like integrated. That's the beautiful thing about music.
Right. It's universal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why they say it's the universal.
When you think about the new guys like the A Boogies, even Cardi B,
Oh man, I don't know why I'm so excited about Cardi B, but
we all are.
every time I see her, I just want to give her a big hug, and like because I know where she come from, and you know it's hard. Like you know,
And she doesn't hide her excitement. She don't try to be cool about it.
no, and sometimes she go on the camera without makeup.
Right,
like,
I love
she,
it.
Yeah, I watched something on YouTube. It was like when she went live on Instagram, and she was just talking about like how she like. She hate the fame shit, like how she just wish everything go back regular. I think she was in Dubai or something like this, and she was just like, she just real.
Right.
And for a hot second, like I was like I have that struggle sometimes where I feel like I'm too real for this industry. Like whereas like, man, I can't just do it for the cameras, you know what I'm saying? Like everything that I do is it comes with intention and some people I see fake it like all day, and I spoke to Busta about this. I was like, man, like, you know, how do you separate, you know, your personal self from like, you know, the artist self? Like, how do you give a fuck nigga a 5? Like,
Right.
I can't. Like, sometimes I can't do it. Like,
You
Who
don't want
says
to
you
be
have to, though?
superficial.
Like there's no rule.
yeah,
book.
but then it's like
Busta
it's a
into that.
lot of politics though. It's like you gotta be able to separate it because you know, you not gonna. It's even coming here. You ain't gonna like everybody you work. You ain't gotta like your boss, but you gotta still clock in and be like, all right, how you doing?
How did Busta answer that when you asked him?
Exactly how I just said it. Like, it's a job at the end of the day.
Because Busta's been known to tell fuck niggas that they fuck niggas
and
like,
punch them in the stomach.
Like he don't.
But
care.
that was a different time. You can't even call a nigga a fuck nigga in peace no more. Like, you can't. Like,
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like you got Twitter. You got Twitter beef now. You got like all of this shit, and people are so sensitive about everything. I come from like battle rap, like where we used to. That was our thing. Our words was our swords. We was disrespectful. We wanted to make the opponent feel whack and crunchy. But nowadays, you gotta hide your feelings and emotions because. Like if you say one thing, this group of people coming at you, this group of people coming at, and it's fucking up your money, it's fucking up your endorsements. Nobody want to do that.
That's a terrible way to live, Ferg.
That's a very terrible.
The
but
easiest
that's
thing
how,
to do is just be yourself, man.
That's not the
true.
easiest thing to
You
do.
listen to some of those records back in the day. If they did those records now,
I ain't talking about that.
What you did was you solidified yourself as the dude that you love to hate. Which is great because people love you for it now because they expect it.
Oh, he still gets in trouble sometimes.
Yeah, but I'm just being myself. Like the easiest thing to do is just be yourself.
I
man.
am being my.
I couldn't even function like that if I had to speak this way around that person and move like this.
For instance, the F word that rhymes with maggot, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You listen to people's rappers, you listen to just albums back in the day. They threw that word all over the place.
Mm-hmm. You can't do that
now. Let a rapper say that.
Exactly, you can't do that. It's just stupid to do. Why would you even put yourself
a lot of
in a
things we
bullshit
don't want
like
to do or could get you in trouble are also unnecessary. Like
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, who wants to go through that shit?
Right.
Yeah,
it's
like almost like if I get stopped by a cop, right? Like before I was going on our Futures tour, the gun boys stopped us. Mm-hmm. They stopped us right on the Bronx Bridge before we about to hit the Bronx Bridge, and they started searching all of our shit, and they were just being like complete assholes. Mm-hmm. And I'm like. I just kept telling myself, like, yeah, I feel violated or whatever the case may be, but after I leave these dudes, I'm still going to be ASAP Ferg. I'm still going to live my life. I'm still going to be eating good, like, and they got to live this miserable life that they chose. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even tripping. I'm not going to be on my Tupac shit and be like, yo, fuck the police, this, that, and the third, because there's no call for that.
You might feel like that.
Yeah, I'm going to feel like that, but you don't got to state everything you feel off rip.
That's a little different, because if you honest, if you
do music is different.
If you didn't do anything and they pulled you over just because you're a rapper and you didn't have anything, then you can absolutely tell them, you can tell them that.
Not me, especially if they just doing their job.
But then if I'm in the dark and nobody sees me and then they decide to really put me under the, you know what I'm saying?
Put you in the dirt, give
exactly.
Dirt,
then
with a shovel.
Exactly. You gotta. I'm smart. Like my mother, she taught me, you know, how to move. Like you don't. That's not. I'm not trying to throw fuel on a fire. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel about what happened in Charlottesville, West Virginia, with all them white devils?
Man, it's been happening, and I feel like it's certain people in this world that's on an agenda, and you know they keep pushing this agenda. As the world gets better, there's somebody just trying to fuck it up. Somebody's benefiting off of it, some type of way.
They feel
and it's just all
threatened
fucked
by the
up.
fact that we are so powerful now.
Yeah.
And they feel like they're, you know, somehow that's their.
I feel like it's gonna be an ongoing thing, man. Like it's just gonna be. It's one of them things where it's like in life is a yin and a yang. It's bad and it's good, and that's just one of them shits that's just gonna be bad all the time.
Right. Well, we appreciate you for joining us. The project, the new album,
Still
August
Striving.
18th, Still Striving, mixtape, album, EP, whatever you want to call it.
Mixtape.
It's for sale.
It's for sale.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, it's for sale. Exactly.
There you have it. It's ASAP Ferg. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.